Today we are going to talk about downloading and viewing analysis data for the iLog Tri-Ice in the ConsolePro software. Double-click the Escort shortcut on your desktop to launch the Escort ConsolePro software. When the software opens, the tip of the day will be displayed in the middle of the screen. You can untick the Show Tips at Startup tick box to turn off the tip of the day being displayed when the software opens. Click Close and the tip of the day pop-up box will close. To download the iLog, you want to make sure the USB interface is connected to the PC. Correct COM port is selected. The iLog is placed properly on the USB interface. The iLog LCD shows some text on the display and the iLog LCD is not displaying ready. To download, press Download Information from the download icon on the toolbar, which is the iLog symbol with red triangle pointing up, going to the Action menu and selecting Download Information or pressing the F7 key. The Download Information wizard will be displayed, taking you to the Ready screen where you can check the tick box in the left-hand corner of the wizard saying "Did not remind me of this again," so it skips the Ready screen on future downloads. Then click Next or the Search tab for the wizard to start searching for the iLog. Once the iLog is detected and if there is a password required to download the unit, you will get a password prompt box. Enter the password and click OK to proceed to download the unit. Click Download or Download tab to proceed to download the data, and the wizard will go from 0% to 100%, which could take some time depending on how much memory has been used. You should see success as the result on downloading the data. Click Next or the Finish tab after the successful result to proceed with viewing the data. You are given one last option before the data is displayed, which is allowing to rearm the device for its next use either by a magnetic start or a time delay start. If you choose the rearm options, click the rearm button, which will program the unit with the exact same settings as it was programmed previously. It will delete any stored data in the device, so make sure you save the downloaded data you will view shortly, or otherwise this data will be lost. If you select the Do Not Upload Any New Start conditions, you can click the Finish button, which will close the download wizard and pop up the iLog data report or the graph of the data. In the View Manager, you can double-click on any item like the list of readings and get a second window that will pop up showing you the list of readings. You can size this new window by dragging on the bottom right corner of the window and sizing it to the desired window size. This is the list of all readings recorded. In the View Manager, you can double-click on the readings and summary and you will get a third window open of the summary of the iLog, then the list of all readings. It will display to you information like the serial number, battery life, start and stop date and times, high, low, and average readings and out of specification readings. If you double-click line under the 2D graph in the View Manager, a fourth window will open of the data populated in a line graph with the legend of the graph at the bottom of the graph. You can left-click and hold and drag your mouse anywhere in the graph to zoom in on a section of the graph. You can add a title and a comment in the graph by going to the Edit menu, then choosing in the drop-down Graph. A Graph Options box will be displayed with the Data tab showing you where title and comment can be placed. You can add the title and comment and then press the Apply button, which will populate on the graph this new title and comment. Title is listed at the top of the graph while the comment is listed at the top of the legend of the graph. Now click on the Sensors tab of the Graph Options, where you can set up the color options of each sensor listed on the graph. You can change things like the color of the lines, size of the lines, any markers size and how many, as well as setting up how the specification range will be displayed on the graph. When you are satisfied with the changes made, you will need to press Apply and OK, and you will see the changes you have made to the graph. You can zoom in on an area of the graph by dragging and dropping your mouse over an area of the graph you want to zoom in on. If you right-click anywhere on the graph will go back to the previous view of the graph. You can go back up to the Edit menu and Graph to bring up the Graph Options again and select the other tabs to select other settings that may benefit you. On the 2D Graphs tab, you can choose from the drop-down menus different options for vertical y-axis or to use border colors. If you make any changes, press Apply and you will see the graph make the desired changes. If you click on the Zoom tab in the Graph Options box, you can manually zoom the graph to a desired temperature range or date range. If you make any changes, press Apply and you will see the graph make the desired changes. If you click on the Legend tab in the Graph Options box, you can select by ticking the boxes of the desired items you want displayed in the legend of the graph, as well as choosing the drop-down box on the position of the legend to change the position of where the legend will be displayed on the graph and even turn it off. If you Click the Time Zone tab in the Graph Options. You set up the time zone to be used on the graph. If you make any changes, press Apply to make the change, and you can see those desired changes made to the graph legend. The last tab of the Graph Options is Colors, where you can change the default colors of the graph and select new ones you so desire. If you make any changes, press Apply to make the change, and you will be able to see those desired changes made to the graph. Press OK to close the Graph Options box when you have set up all the desired graph options. If you double-click the step under 2D Graph on the View Manager, there will be a fifth window that will pop up of the data populated in a step graph. Here you can perform like you did on a line graph, a drag and drop to zoom in on a specific area of the graph. Here you will notice what the step graph view and the line graph view looks like side by side. Do you notice the difference? You can double-click Overview in the Summary section of the View Manager, which will show you a quick overview of the iLog in a new window. You can double-click Statistics in the Summary section of the View Manager, which will show you just the serial number, description of iLog, and any statistical data like average, highest and lowest readings. You can double-click Analysis in the Summary section of the View Manager, which will show a more detailed list of information on how the unit performed during its trip in a new window. You can double-click Out of Specification in the Summary section of the View Manager, which will show you the out of specification data plus serial number and description of iLog in a new window. You can double-click Marked Readings in the Summary section of the View Manager, which will show any bookmarks you may have used during the operation of the unit in a new window. Let's take a look at multi-link files. You need to open one previously saved file from your computer and go to the Links tab in the View Manager and select the tick box of the second unit shown. The multiple trip synchronization wizard will pop up with the Ready page, where you can select the tick box to not remind you what to do when running this wizard and click Next or Synchronize tab. Under the Synchronize tab, you have 3 options on how to synchronize these two units' data. We suggest you compare your data based on either actual date and time or elapsed time. After choosing the desired synchronization method, press Finish and you will see the data of both units displayed on the same graph or list of readings report. On the multi-link graph, you will be able to zoom the graph with the drag and drop over the area where both units are displaying data. You can go to the Graph Options under the Edit menu to set up the options for this new multi-link graph. You can double-click on the Readings and Summary under Readings in the View Manager, where the multi-link data will now be displayed on the Summary and Readings list report. You can go back to the Links tab under the View Manager and untick one of the units from the multi-link and then link them together again by ticking the box to change how the data is synchronized. Basing the linking off a different method of synchronization will provide you a different view of how the data is linked and viewed on the same graph or readings list report. We should look at saving the data files. Under the File menu, you can click Save As to bring up the Save As option to a specific directory. By default, the file name will be the serial number of the iLog with a dash and the trip number in a .lcf format or log or compact file format. You have the option of choosing the drop-down box to display the other file types you can save the data in, like CSV or Excel, formatted text, symbolic link, or a tab-delimited text file. Remember to save the .lcf format for each unit because this file format can't be changed by any individual. You also have the option to copy the text directly into another file format by using the Copy feature, which is the 2 papers on the toolbar, or copy under the Edit menu to paste the data into Microsoft Word or Notepad. You can also copy the graph directly by using the Copy feature and pasting it into Microsoft Paint. For instance, it is a good program to use for saving the graph as an image and cropping or zooming in on certain sections of the graph that you need to see. Thank you for watching. Visit us at www.cryopak.com.